Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of the Smoking Section Podcast. I'm your host, Jamar, and down below me is the proprietor, John.
Yo, what's good, yo?
And to my right, we got the hater West.
Number one hit in the world.
You dig?
And we're back with another special episode. But before we get into all that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, family, friends, everybody, I want to thank you all for your continued support and thank you all for being patient with us. Had to take a good 4 weeks, 3.5, 4 weeks off, due to personal issues, whatever we got going on. But we're back now. We're still gonna do this every week, and we just thank you guys for hanging in there with us. And we got a long archives over a year long, so plenty to choose from. But let's get into this episode we got going on tonight. We're back with another movie review. Was it a movie or was it a series? It's 1998's The Temptations. How y'all feel about that?
Yeah, it's the like you said, 1998 NBC miniseries. I believe that the Jackson 5 had one too. The Jackson's The American Dream. I'm not sure which one came out first. I think the Jackson one came out first, probably. But this is this movie is a hood classic. It's a black history classic in film. And it spotlights probably one of the most influential, what is it, R&B groups, or like old, what Jamal, what classes like the Temptations and the OJs, like oldies R&B kind of, right?
I go
as far as the Temptations go, man, they're in a class of their own. But they career spanned damn near 40 years, so they went across every damn near genre. So you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Like, so I think that's very important as well. You know that they spotlight.
Yeah. How you feel, Wes?
Just like you said, just a movie / TV series episodes. I don't know how I want to put it, Joe, on the real, man. I'll say, is this the first one, Joe, on the real? I'll say what? We put it as a movie or as a TV series? How we going with this?
It's classified as a miniseries. So it's a special. You know, it was pretty much a movie made just for television. It didn't come out in theaters or anything like that. NBC aired it in 98.
And then everybody else took it on. And then BT took it. Yeah, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of glad I picked this movie, you know what I'm saying, Joe? It's a good black movie. A good hood classic. I mean, you put it that way, here we go. A good hood classic. I'll say, man.
Yeah, this was a good pick. Definitely a good pick. If people didn't know, this is West pick. We when we do our movie reviews, we go in order and rotation, and this was a pick right here. I think I got the next pick, the next movie review we do. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into what people came here for. So long movie. If it was a movie, it'd be over 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. You got an opening scene. You got a young Otis, right? And Wes, you got
Right.
to help me out here. You got a young Otis. Um, he was watching the performance on TV, and a lot of people might not know that group he was watching was called the Cadillacs. A
Mm.
little Easter egg for people who didn't know. Um, and it seemed like from that scene he was obsessed with music, right?
Um.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll say th- th- him. Him watching it. Him watching it perform. I think kind of like, you know what I'm saying, Joe, kind of like open that door up for him to have a, a passion about music.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's kind of like
yeah,
when you see your first love, right? Love at first sight,
Yeah,
kind of thing, maybe.
yeah,
yeah, man. Most of us who do decide to do music on our own, we tend to mimic or you know what we see on TV before us. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And what young Otis saw,
Of course.
on this television in the '50s for Otis, it was a Cadillac. So it was that old '50s doo wop kind of. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that.
Hmm.
when Otis started dibbling and dabbing in music, that was his style. You feel me? If that makes sense. But
Yeah, that's
then we go.
I think you talking about influence.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the word I was looking for. Yep. hmm Early influence, and then Otis met Al, Elbridge Bryant, um, long term member of the group, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Otis was played by Charles Whitfield. Um, I wouldn't call him an all star, but he played that
no,
that colonel in Behind Enemy Lines. If y'all remember that movie,
yeah. I'm saying
I
I would
mean,
kind of like
yeah,
say they a star. I classify him as a star.
yeah,
he was in a lot of movies, and he's one of those people that you see him in so many movies, and you know who he is, but he's not like you said, like
Right,
an all
right.
star in a
Like one
way.
of the big
Yep,
champs. Yeah,
yep.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So Otis and Al, they bond over music, whatever, whatever. They decide to form a group, right?
yeah.
Hmm.
And
I forget what was their first name. I forget.
I'll say
I thought I wrote it down, but I did not.
Otis and hold on. I think I wrote it down. Otis
um,
and
oh man, this gonna stump me. It's gonna hurt my brain because I forgot
right on the
too.
real, right, yeah.
Damn.
I'm about to Google it real quick.
Yeah, Google that real quick, man. And while you googling that, point of Otis and Al, bonding. I'm gonna read Otis' autobiography too when I get a chance. It's friendship and ambition
Yeah.
for the love of music. That's how they became so tight like that. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into the other members later on in the movie, but this movie
The
is
Elgins.
the
That was their
Elgins.
that was
Yeah. I'm saying like the
their
watch. Yeah. I'm saying right, yeah.
original the Elgins.
Yeah,
They're right. They said that. Yeah, yeah. Weak ass man compared to the Temptations.
yeah. Then that's how it was growing up back in the '50s, man. We got young boys, doo wopping on street corners and stuff like that. Just like in the '90s, or maybe in the 2000s era, guys freestyling at the lunch table in school or on the corner or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Damn, did I
Yeah.
go out? Am I back?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot
Yeah, I
of that
think you
back.
back.
All right, cool. And the point of me saying that was that's how he met Melvin. That's how Otis met Melvin, right? Melvin was in another group.
Yeah.
Blue.
I would say
Yep.
yeah. I would say that's how he met. I would say cause Otis was on one side of the street and Melvin and his group was on another side, was on the other side of the street,
Yeah,
singing.
yeah, the deep ass voice. And shit, Otis was chasing this nigga down. Chasing this nigga down. This nigga dodging behind the cars. You know what I'm saying? Hawk that man down, and
He
Otis.
wasn't trying to get robbed, dude.
Yeah, I felt him because back then it was different times. So
He
um,
kind of thought my man was. He said he thought he was a bully on the real.
yeah, never know. And Otis was persistent, man. He asked Melvin's mom, yo, can your son come fuck with our group, man? You know what I'm saying? We gonna take care of him, you know what I mean? Like Otis was on it,
Yeah.
Yep.
What's next?
Uh, they
Eddie and Paul.
right. I'll say right. They perform. They perform at their place, and that's when they
Mm-hmm.
met. Yeah. That's when they met Paul and Eddie.
Yeah, they was part of the rock.
I feel like Eddie and Paul brought swag to the group
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do too.
yeah.
and a certain level of confidence and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, besides David Ruffin, Eddie Kendricks is my favorite member of the Temptations, man. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. Well, I'll
Me
say
personally.
Corn,
yeah.
corn. Yep.
Me personally. Yeah, but yeah, they was part of the other group, the Primes, so they linked up. Boom, 5-man group, right? So like you say, you bring the
Mm-hmm.
swag. Um, Style was more polished than what they was used to. They that 50s doo wop. Now they got a little bop and they dancing with it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Now they got some bop and dance to it. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
Oh, I forget. I forget. Stay right there where we at for a minute. I'll say I forget. I'll say we missed the key part. I'll say because they met producer first before they performed at that place. They met that producer lady first.
Oh yeah.
Or the lady that was
Yeah,
And I thought she was gonna play a major role in the movie. That she
I did
probably was.
too. When I first
Yeah,
started watching the show, I'm like,
yeah,
oh, okay, bet. She would play a good key role right here with them. I bet. Let me see how that's finna go. That shit didn't last too long.
nah, that
correct.
was just the first lesson that they had to
Yeah,
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 that they had
yeah,
to learn as a group. You know?
yeah,
That was that first lesson that just can't be trusting everybody. You know,
yeah,
you can't listen to what everybody say you these dreams and everything. You think you sign your first contract or you feel me, you get your first show or whatever, you made it big.
yeah,
Nah, it ain't like that. And I think that was the part that she played. You feel me?
yeah,
yeah. And this movie is told from Otis' point of view only. It's pulled from his
Hmm.
autobiography. Like I said at the top,
Autobiography.
I
Yep.
want to read it. And I'm gonna definitely get a chance to read that. But
yeah. Me too.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
um, the Temptations as we know it, well, at least the early version is born right there. Boom, with them five. It wasn't at
Yep. Yep.
prime yet, but this was the early Temptations. You know what I'm saying? The My Girl era. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And what they were struggling early.
Yeah,
Had
I'll
early
say
struggle.
yeah, yeah. I'll say they're struggling big. They're struggling big time. I'll say because I'll say Smokey Robinson wrote them wrote songs for him, Joe. They performed it, and and every time Barry Gordy had a little have a I don't want to fuck this bird up, but a listening party. There we go, and
Yeah.
and they will never, they will never, I, they will never have a, they will never have a good hit record to where like I bet this right here, Joe. I if I go to the store right now, Joe, and this right there, and your album right there, the album that y'all just played for me, either that or me going go buy a sandwich. What you gonna do? And everybody like, hey, yeah, no, we ain't gonna fuck with that.
Yep.
We gonna fuck that record, Joe. Hey, give me a sandwich. Give me a sandwich.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Cause like they really, I think they really like what really boosted them and really made them whole and a complete unit. Their missing piece was David Ruffin.
Yeah,
Remember, I think they was trying to. I think David Ruffin brother was in talks to become a Temptation, but I think David Ruffin ended up becoming a Temptation. Both David Ruffin and his brothers were singers.
yeah.
David Ruffin ended up being a Temptation, and they like really took off because David Ruffin's voice. I mean, you feel me? They all was good, but everybody, like I said before, I think watching a movie or whatever it was, watching that miniseries, it really seemed like David Ruffin was that missing piece. And when he
Yeah.
joined the group, that's what like really made them complete. Like because they got signed by Motown before David Ruffin, but like y'all said, it was a little struggle. You know, they couldn't find the right hit, but man, that boy David Ruffin came through
It's like, oh man,
and they took off.
it's like, oh man, we finally found
Uh-huh.
that missing piece that we need.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you say, they were struggling. They still got signed to Motown. Got introduced to Berry
Mhm.
Gordy. You know what I'm saying? Got exposure through the Detroit circuit. That was a huge circuit for music back in the day.
Yeah.
Detroit area. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Where, um, then what they got the
And then what I would say they finally got a hit. I would say at the New Year's party they finally got a hit. I would say, well, they finally got the people to your to finally like, all right, bet, all right, instead of songs I'm a bad A record. They finally got that. And now they go tour. I would say now they going like you know what I'm saying, Joe. Now they going out to play. Now they able to go out with the rest of the with the rest of the record label.
yeah. Right. Okay. 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 And real quick, y'all. Mama Rose, played
Oh
by
yeah.
played by Jennifer Lewis. Is she an all star?
Of course, Jennifer Lewis is an all star, man. Jennifer Lewis is the epitome of everybody's grandmother, mother, or auntie.
Yeah.
For real, like she is the essential black maternal figure. You feel me? Amongst black people, I think that a lot of us can agree to that.
For
She
real.
plays that role perfectly. It's not even typecast. It's just
Huh.
she has so
Everybody.
like I listen to her interviews. I literally listen to a lot of Jennifer Lewis interviews. That lady has so much wisdom. Like for
Every
real, and she real with it. Yep,
yeah, and everybody got a Jennifer Lewis in their family too.
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. Yep,
And watching this movie
definitely
back,
an all star.
oh yeah, I think she the only all star in this movie. Watching this movie back, looking at the cast, a lot of stars, but
Yeah.
she the only all star though.
Nah, bro, you bugging, man. Leon is an all star,
Oh
man.
yeah. I forgot
David
about Leon.
Ruffin,
Yeah. You got to put Leon there. Yeah.
Leon, an all star, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about giving him an all star, but I what 3, 4 movies and that's it.
Nah, man. I mean, you got to think of the roles though. The roles. You feel me? Above the rim, Temptations, Five Heartbeats. Come on, man. You feel me? This Leon, B.
Yeah, he was Little Richard too.
No Richard, I ain't see that one. But yeah, I feel like he an all star. You feel me? He an all star in my book.
Yeah.
I
I agree.
just
Yeah. I was saying
Real.
my book. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just didn't put him up there because of body of work. He a good actor. He killed all his roles. He just ain't got the longevity. That's why I ain't put him up there.
But he has an iconic role though. Not too many people can say they have an iconic role. You feel me? No matter how good of an actor they are, right? What's your iconic role? I'm talking about iconic role. David Ruffin is his iconic role. Nobody will ever be able to take that shit from him, man. That man is an all star for real. At least I
Yeah.
think so. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to convince you. You know.
Yeah, maybe we can put a poll up and they can vote on it. You know what I'm saying? But so what's next? Motown picking up, right? They started touring and stuff.
Yeah.
Cheap hotels, buses and
Yeah.
shit. This is around the time the way you do the things you do came out, right?
Right. Yeah.
That was their first hit,
Yeah.
am I right?
Yeah. I was saying that was the first hit. Yeah.
And that was and we gave David Ruffin, the singer, his props. It's well deserved, but let's get Eddie some props too, because he was holding it down before David came through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he left.
Let's give
I was saying let's give my
let's
man
give
Paul
these
his props
actors
too.
some props because they they did most of their own vocals. Terrence Brooks, who played Eddie Kendricks, Christian Payton, who played Paul Williams, DB Woodside played Blue. You feel me? Charles Wilfield, who played Otis, and Leon Robinson, who played David Ruffin. A lot of scenes they literally were singing themselves. That was their own vocals, and that's a
Oh
fact.
man, yeah. I'll definitely get them props for that then on the
Yeah,
real.
I give him
Uh-huh.
props for it. That don't mean they was hitting the notes all the time, but I do give him props for it though.
Right. Exactly.
I
Yeah.
mean, shit. Yo, you know what? And you right though, but like somebody my age, right, 1987 and stuff. I always knew about the Temptations. You feel me? I knew about My Girl and stuff like that. But when I watched the movie, I was watching the actors, right, and I'm thinking that
Right.
it's a voice dub. I didn't know that these dudes is really singing these songs. So later, when I'm like, oh shit, yeah, you right. They wasn't hitting every temptation. No, I mean it's the Temptations. But damn, these motherfuckers supposed to be actors and doing this. Okay, it was almost like when I used to watch the Jamie Foxx show as a kid, and Jamie would bust out a couple notes, and I'd be like, "Damn, this dude should be a singer." You feel me?
Yeah, yep. You know, yeah. Give everybody their props, man. All the actors who did their own voices. David Ruffin, Eddie Kendricks, and Dennis Edwards, man. All the Temptations, man. All of them had
Mm-hmm.
solo careers. But we're gonna get into
Dennis,
that. We're gonna get into that at the end, but
Dennis, yup.
we're gonna get into it. um, but Eddie and Otis started butting heads and shit, right?
Yeah, Eddie,
Eddie
that
was
that
that,
life. You feel me?
yeah.
I'll say first was
Eddie was that nigga too, because he was because people might not know Eddie was the voice behind My Girl.
Yeah.
That was Eddie's voice,
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
imagination. That was
yeah,
Eddie's voice. You know what I'm saying? So that's not,
yeah, yeah. Everybody know that was Eddie, yo.
yeah. It might be one or two people who didn't know.
Just My Imagination is actually my favorite Temptation song.
Hmm.
Uh,
Got it. Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Well, so Eddie felt like the lead should be what him or Otis. Like, nah, I've been here since day one, since the street corner. I got it. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's going on, and then this David Ruffin introduction, right?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
he
It.
was shown as a raw, charismatic singer. I guess that was something the Temptations needed at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
the movie portrayed him a certain kind of way. It's been widely debated if he was really like that. Like I said, the movie was only told by Otis' point of view, so take it with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
But once David Ruffin came, he replaced Eldridge, a day one member. Eldridge gone, Al
Mm-hmm.
gone, and shit, David came with that chemistry, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say what got me about that. I'll say because we at the New Year's party, and you know what I'm saying, Joe. Hey, you got fans out there. You got your boss out there. You got your family out there. Hey, you hear all these people because you haven't. I'll say since you've been signed to Motown. I'm quite sure you haven't been hearing, you know what I'm saying? Hey, encore, encore. Hey, come on, we want some more, we want some more. Hey,
Yeah.
I understand you tired. I understand you tired from, you know what I'm saying, Joe, singing all them songs that you've been singing. I understand you tired. Hey, people want an encore. Hey, get your ass up. Let's go. Let's get them what they want.
Right. What they motherfucking want, and the Temptations was giving people what they want.
Yeah,
Smokey
right.
Robinson was people might not know, but if they saw the movie they know. But Smokey Robinson was writing and producing a lot of their songs and hits and stuff. And let's give Smokey Robinson a round of applause. Um, you know, shit, Smokey touched a whole lot of careers, but we ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole today with that. But shit, more TV appearances for the Temptations, more chart success, fans. And remember when they was showing the charts and shit, and they were showing
Yeah.
the songs. I was trying to look at the list, my nose ass right, and they passed the Beatles, Elvis, and shit. You know, I was like, oh, the Temptations is charting. They was charting, bro, during that time anyway. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the tone shift. Now they worldwide superstars. Once David joined, they worldwide superstars now. They ain't local no more. You feel
Yep.
me? But while that's going on, it's eternal friction, right? David becomes more difficult, right?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I would say now, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say as time go on, yeah, David now has gone into Big David now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Egos, missing rehearsals and stuff. So
Sound like Rodman.
Dennis Rodman. They do though. They do
Yeah,
always in some. But he still can come out there and perform though. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah, I don't need to practice. Hey,
Yeah. But Otis tried to keep it under control. You know what I'm saying? But it was going on. Leadership struggles, arguments backstage. You know what I'm saying? And during that
Yep.
time, they made another hit. Ain't too proud to beg. David on the lead vocals.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites too.
Oh yeah. That's definitely my favorite right there. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that was a chart topping song, and while that shit was going on, like behind the scenes, it was a lot of internal struggles, and the group was collapsing.
Right.
They
Yeah.
success rate going up, but backstage they collapsing though. You know what I'm saying? In the movie, you know, shows a lot of that. If y'all got something to say about it.
Uh, um, I think it's like you know what I'm saying. You know how you give the I'll say how I think that's like with I can't say that I can't say that just a fact, but I'm gonna say it with the new edition with within this movie right here, Temptations within Jodeci within whatever group. I would say you had that one hot head of the group that's not gonna be like, oh man, hey, I don't need to show up to practice. I don't need to practice. I hey y'all folk wanted me.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm David Ruffin, and these are the
The
Temptations.
Temptations. Hey, that's why. Hey, that was a classic line right there.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it was like for real though. And the most iconic line in the whole movie. I mean, probably one of the most iconic lines in movie history, right? You know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah,
definitely up there.
I'll
yeah.
let I'll let one of y'all say it.
Nobody come to see you, Otis.
They coming to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. I'm the one selling the tickets. They coming to see me. They coming to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you.
And
Yo, to this day, yo, for real.
fun fact, man, Leon
Mm,
Robinson, that line was improvised right there. That wasn't wrote in. That line was
yep.
improvised, and they kept that in.
I'm glad they kept it in. I'm glad they kept it in there.
Yeah, yeah, improvised line, one of the most iconic lines in movie history. Not that movie, movies. Period. Like movies been around since like the fucking 1920s or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
um, David with the shits. You know what I'm saying? He won't solo demands. He want to change the name. He wants solo credit because he got the lead voice. Blah blah blah. And Motown got conflicts going on too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say yeah. I'll say I'll say cause now I'll say I think they already got a boy I'll say very good as I got that white I don't know his name. I forget his name. But they end up getting him. And then he was like, "No what, Joe, hey, keep an eye on them. Make sure they don't got there on stage, Joe, and get to start fucking up."
Mm, right.
Then
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not sure. Paul had that drinking problem too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would say
yeah.
I'll say I think that was like on the last Motown tour. That's when Paul started drinking. Cause I would say cause on the first
Mm,
go round, Paul was drinking milk. Paul got the old school flash. Well, I'm sorry, the little coffee mug,
Yeah.
and my man got a what got some milk in there. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, here you go, bro. Here you go. Like, no, I'm straight. I got this right here. I got this right here. But
Yeah.
then later on, the influence kind of got to him a little bit. That the
Mhm.
influence got to him. and
Yeah,
shit going on at home.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was sad to see too, man. He
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
sing. When they were having a family dinner, he trying to sing, falling out, kids looking, and that was sad to see, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I forgot about that part.
Oh,
Uh,
I said, now we get to that part yet.
oh, okay, okay. I'm about to sit down. Are we still talking about
Oh
David?
shit, I'm probably doing that.
I got the final straw for David, where David came to the show late. They already
Yeah,
performing, and I know y'all noticed it. People in the audience, y'all noticed it too. It was one mic that was empty. They was performing and shit, right? But it was one mic that was empty. I'm like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? David came late, just nonchalantly walked up there. You know what I'm saying? Like he owned the joint. And they rocked out. They kept it professional. And John, I know you. I know you know you rapped back in the day. I don't know if you performed on stage though, but if you have a mishap or something happened on stage, you
Nah.
gotta keep it going. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it moving, bro. Like
Yeah.
I was on stage, me, two of my homies, boom, it was three of us with two mics. So we gotta rotate them because we on some Styles P and Jada Kiss shit with the verses going back and forth, and I fucking dropped the mic. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to nonchalantly pick it up, pass it behind my back like John Stockton, just kept the shit on.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And I'm
yeah,
looking, people looking and pointing and laughing, but the show must go on.
right, yeah.
So much on. Exactly.
You know, but the Temptations rocked that and got backstage, got in an argument. That's when they kicked David off the team, right?
Yeah, I'll say not. Yeah, I'll say yeah. I'll say
Yep.
they kicked David out. Yeah, they kicked him out the group.
Yeah, that was a turning point for the group, and that was a turning
Yeah,
point.
Otis. Whatever you say, Otis.
And yep, you know, I guess they fucking around. Then this one, Dennis Edwards joined. Dennis
Right,
Edwards,
yeah. Oh my. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
um, new voice, got a harder, more funkier sound. It's like what the early '80s, right?
Yeah, I'll say.
It was early '80s, right? Dennis John, what
Think I
Dennis
want to
John?
say.
I don't know. Somebody in the audience correct me.
Say what?
What year was it with Dennis Edwards joined? It was early '80s.
I think it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, 80s. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you know,
Yeah.
Temptation been out for a minute. At that point, they've been out 20 some years. At that point, so the sound started to change. You know what I'm saying? So it was a more psychedelic type of shift. The kind of old school that I like. You know what I'm saying? It was more funkier. It was more dark. You know what I'm saying? Papa was a Rolling Stone. Came
Oh
around this
yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right? Um,
Yeah.
it's like you
Yep.
say, it's the '80s, and they showed David on crack and shit, spiraling out of control, crack, cocaine, whatever, whatever.
Wilding too.
Yeah, but I mean, they had to grow. They had to take 35 years and crumble it up into 3 hours, so they couldn't get everything. I understand that, but they didn't go through David Ruffin, solo career. That motherfucker had some hits. Eddie had some hits, but they talked about it briefly, but
Right, yeah. I'll say I get Otis that credit for right there, Joe. I'll say he really ain't, he spotlighted the like, hey, you know what I'm saying, Joe? Even though um they both left the group, hey, they went on and had their solo career, and also 2 year they linked up together. I know I'm jumping ahead of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the '80s. The drug epidemic starting to rise. Crack
Yeah,
starting to rise. So it got to him. Like I was saying earlier, the drinking got to Paul. Paul started to decline around this time,
right. Yeah,
Yep.
passing out at shows and stuff. You know, it happened more than once. They couldn't grab it all into the movie, but you know, Paul was wilding. After a while, Eddie left for a solo career.
right. I'm saying cause David Ruffin have put that book in his ear like, hey man, hey, hey, you better get that jam before you better hurry get that jam before before they cook you.
Yeah, yep. Mm. Yep, David did put that bug in his ear. Yeah,
Yep.
it was mutual though. It wasn't no
Yeah,
hate
yeah, right.
when Eddie left. Um, you know, around this time we got multiple lineup changes and shit. Instability becomes normal, but the only constant thing remains is Otis
Right. Otis and Blue.
Yep.
and Blue. Yup, they've been there since day
Yep.
one and day.
Yep.
Yup. Um, yeah, man. Like I was saying earlier, Papa was a Rolling Stone came out around this time, and it was done on purpose. I think they played like 3 minutes and 58 seconds of the instrumental before the nigga even sang on the jump, and that was done on purpose. And back then, during that time, you know, the Motown motherfuckers, the label, they had one in-house band, and it was called the Funk Brothers, and we gotta shed some light on the Funk Brothers real quick because all the instrumentals y'all hear on them Motown bands back then was one band. It was the Funk Brothers. Like Papa
Mm-hmm.
was on the bass. You know what I'm saying on that jump?
Yeah.
Bass funk is a motherfucker. But have we ever asked ourselves who was playing that? You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga named Bob Babbitt.
Not really.
You know, so we just gotta share some light on the Funk Brothers. Bob Babbitt, nigga to play the drums. Two guitar players, an organ player, trumpet player, keyboard player. You know what I'm saying? It was an in-house band that did most of their, you know, instruments. You just had to say that real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, man. What happened?
I'll
Paul
say
died, right?
I would say hold on. Paul, I'll say Paul trying to get back in the group. I'll say Otis and his son try to go went to Paul's house because Paul don't know was he back in the group yet. Otis gapping Otis
Mm-hmm.
and his son gapping left, and then that's when Paul was like, know it, Joe, all right, know it, Joe. And when they was recording Papa's Rolling Stone, that's when Paul killed himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Alcohol, man.
Yeah.
Shit, terrible, man. So, yeah, what happened? You know, like I was saying, David Ruffin had a solo career, but it wasn't successful the whole career. David started having some struggles.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
addiction
I'm saying
problems too, as we know.
I think at this time, Joe, I think all three of them had that was like hard town was coming on them then, Joe. I would say because David Ruffin, uh, the Temptations, yeah, I think all three of them was having problems then, Joe.
Yeah. Yep. They glossed over Eddie real quick. Had mild success. He had declining health issues and stuff. And they had that reunion tour, which happened in 1982. Classic members, everybody reunited real quick. They was deep on it.
Yeah, I was. But before we continue, uh, I just thought about it. I'll say I don't think they kind of showed it in. I don't think they uh the group really didn't come to Paul's funeral. I'll say just
Oh, there you go.
I'll say just Blue
Corn.
and Eddie at Paul's funeral.
Damn, I ain't even peeped that.
I ain't know that either. Yeah.
Damn, I ain't even peeped that. Damn. Yeah, that big reunion tour, that was a big deal. That reunion tour they had, that was a
Yeah. Oh yeah.
huge fucking
Mm-hmm.
deal at that time because it wasn't the '60s version or the '70s version or the '80s version. It was all them niggas. You know what I'm saying? It was like seven temptations up that bitch, bro. You feel me? It was
Yep.
like Wu Tang on that. You know what I'm saying? But it was a tour, so motherfuckers started missing shows, drugs. They started fighting again, right?
Yep. Yep.
Right. Same old David Ruffin again.
hmm Rock and
David
roll.
Ruffin overdosed the night.
Huh?
Yep. He said David
Yep.
Ruffin.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Right. The rock and roll, like you say, overdose. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Kendricks, lung cancer. Melvin Franklin,
Yeah.
health. You know,
Yep.
that's pretty much it. Otis continued the legacy to this day, lineup after lineup.
Yeah.
I was doing research and stuff for the film, and I seen a picture of him. I seen a nigga that was like he's like 30. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga? lineup, the lineup changed over 20 times.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
Over 20 times in 35 years, but the only thing that remained the same was Otis. You know what I'm saying? But how y'all feel about the biopic, man?
Like we said, we kind of both all of us kind of agreed. Like it's definitely a classic film. Highlighting and putting the spotlight on such a successful and influential black group. To our music and culture. You
Yeah,
know, I learned a lot about the Temptations even before I started like really listening to them. I have the Temptations all through my playlist. I really do. I enjoy listening to the Temptations, but I saw the movie before I actually started really listening to their music. You get what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
I feel like that many things is very important. When you putting on different generations and different age groups. You know,
Right.
um,
yeah,
obviously it was from the perspective of Otis, and loosely based on his autobiography. But for the most part, I do feel like I got a lot of insight and information about what was going on and about their career, their background, the positions that each member played. And there is, like you said, there has been like 20 versions, but there is the classic Temptations, and the classic Temptations that literally known as the classic Temptations, and that classic Temptations is Blue, Otis, David Ruffin, Paul, and Corn.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, I give the Temptations about three and a half blunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. I give it I'm a match one with you. I'm a match one with you. I'm gonna give it 3.5 blunts. From what I
Okay.
read, researched, it was everything was pretty much accurate, even though it was based off one nigga perspective. But I had to take a couple
Mhm.
blunts off the length of it. It could have been 4.5 easily.
Yeah,
I had to take that blunt off because of the
yeah,
length.
Yeah.
Not saying it
Yeah.
was a bad thing, but that was in 98 and it's 2026 and niggas' attention spans a little short to sit there and watch something for 3 hours.
yeah,
Marvel. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Wes.
Um. You know what? I'll say I'm gonna agree with both of y'all with that. I'm gonna agree with y'all. I'll say 3.5. I'll say I like you said, Jamal. It would have been 4, but you know what I'm saying, Joe. The movie's too long, and the TV series is too long, and and it's just like the dialogue was good. I'll say I wish I would know. I wish they would have. I wish Otis would have gave a little more backstory on how David Ruffin died. Besides besides him in the back of the car, Joe getting shot in the head. I
Nah,
wish he gave
David
more
Ruffin
dialogue to that.
overdosed.
I'll say in the movie, well, in the TV series, Joe, they had him in the limo, getting shot in the head. I'll say so.
Yeah.
He
Otis.
did get
Otis.
shot. What's the name? Also got shot too. Blue got shot too
Right.
during the robbery.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
So 3.5 for me. 3.5. 3.5 blunts for me.
That's all right. And that's not a bad thing though.
No.
Shouts out to all the actors. Shouts out to all the Temptations themselves. You know what I'm saying? If y'all on Spotify, go check out I Miss You by David Ruffin, one of my favorites, man. I know y'all love that shit. Common Man and David Ruffin, Statue of a Fool. That Common Man on that
Hmm.
Jay-Z song, Never Change. This is Jay every day. I never change. That's David Ruffin.
Yeah.
That's David Ruffin voice right there. Jay sampled that joint.
Yeah, yeah. Yup, that's my shit too. For
I'll
real.
say Jay
Representer.
sampled. I'll say Jay sampled from him
Real.
and from Otis.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Yeah. No. No.
That's
No.
Otis
No.
Redding though.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yup, man. Any final thoughts, man?
Not really. Great movie, all-star movie. Very influential. Good for
Yeah.
what it was. The Mighty Temptations. You feel me?
Hell yeah, man. What about you,
Yeah.
Wes?
Um. What 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 I liked about the movie was that at the end of the movie, it's like they went back and I'll say they went back to when Otis was young and they went back to that hall. I would say they went back to that theater and you can see
Mm-hmm.
like all the temptations right well not all of them but the original five all the performing. That's what I like about that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good movie, man, and good audience. We appreciate you all, and we appreciate the likes. We appreciate the views, the shares, the comments, the subscribes. We appreciate it all. And keep doing it. Share it to somebody else, to your friends, your family, coworker, neighbor. Just share it, And if you want to hop
Exactly.
on, let us know. If you want us to discuss something, let us know. We're always open, 24 hours, and with
Especially
that,
if you want to.
huh?
Said especially if they want us to discuss a certain topic. If you want our thoughts on anything, let us know. For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. We got you. That's why we call it the smoking section. And we will be back next week with another brand new episode. No more hiatuses for the foreseeable future. We're back. And for John and Wes, I am Jamar. Good night and good fight, everybody.